Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum student. Today I am going to solve the O-level past paper 2 October-November 2023. Before starting this paper, I request you please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button. Let's start the question of the paper. Now question number 1, part A. Idris repairs computer. This is how he calculates the chart for a repair. $56 for first hour and $12.25 for each additional 15 minutes. Work out the amount Idris charges for a repair that takes him 2 hours. You see here we have to find the total amount charges for 2 hours. Now the total charges will be equal to first hour charges plus second hour charges. You see here the first hour charges is $56 and second hour charges rate here is 15 minutes charges equal to $12.25 and 1 minute charges rate will be equal to 12.25 divided by 15 and 60-minute charges will be equal to 12.25 divided by 15 multiplied by 60, and this 15 times 4 is 60. 12.25 multiplied 4, this is equal to 49, and we write here is $49 per hour. This is the additional time rate. Now you see here the next second hour rate will be 49. Therefore, 56 plus 49 will be equal to $105. And this is the answer. Part second of part A, Idris charges $166.25 for another repair. He work out on the repair at 2:30 p.m. Find the time when he completes the repair. Now you see here the total charges will be equal to first hour charges plus additional time multiply by additional charges rate. Here is $56. Additional time, we suppose that small t. The additional rate you see here, this is the additional rate. Rate is $49 per hour. We write here is $49 per hour. We write here is 160, total charges is 166.25, and we calculated 166.25 minus 56 equal to t multiplied by 49, and this will be equal to 110.25 T49, and therefore T will be equal to 110.25 divided by 49, and this will be equal to 2.25 hours. The total time to complete the repair, this will be equal to 1 hour. This is the 1 hour plus this time T, 2.25 hour, and this will be equal to 3.25 hours. Now we write here is 3 hours plus 0.25 hours. We convert 0.25 hour into minutes. Therefore 3 hour plus 0.25 multiplied by 60, and this will be equal to 3 hours plus 15 minutes, and he start the work 2:30 p.m. Therefore we write here is starting time 2:30 p.m. and working time 3 hours 15 minutes. That will be equal to 45 p.m. is the finishing time, and this is the answer. Part B, Dries invests $6,200 in accounts paying compound interest at a rate of 1.7% per year. Calculate total amount of interest earned at the end of 4 years. The amount after 4 years, the formula in compound interest, that's equal to A equal to P into 1 plus R over 100 power T. You see here the P is the investment amount, that's equal to 6,200, and R is the rate, that's 1.7 over 100. T is the time, 4 year. We can write 6,200 multiply 1 plus 0.017 power 4, and this will be equal to 6,200 into 1.017 power 4, and this will be equal to 6638 is the amount after 4 years. Therefore, interest amount will be equal to total amount after 4 years minus the investment amounts. Therefore, 6638 minus 6200, and this will be equal to 438. This is the total interest at the end of 4 years. This is the answer. Part C, the exchange rate between dollar and euro is $1 equal to 0.84 euro. Idris buys some equipment from a website that charges in euro. The equipment cost is 760 euro. Idris must pay 2.5% tax on this cost. Work out Idris pays for the equipment including tax. Give your answer in dollar. We have to find the total amount Idris pay for the equipment including tax. Amount he paid will be equal to the cost price plus tax. Now cost price here is 760, tax is 2.5% of 760, and this will be equal to 760 plus 2.5 over 100 multiply by 760, and this will be equal to 760 plus 19, and this is 779 euro. Now we have to find the amount in dollar. 0.84 euro, that's equal to $1. And here is the 1 euro will be equal to 1 over 0.84, and 779 euro will be equal to 1 over 0.84 multiply 779. That value will be equal to 779 divided by 0.84. The answer is here 927.3, and the 3SF value will be equal to $927. This is the answer. Question number 2, first part, find the size of each interior angle of regular 15-sided polygon. Each interior angle of a regular n-sided polygon, that's equal to n minus 2 into 180 divided by n. Now here is the 15-sided polygon. Therefore, n is 15. 15 minus 2 multiply 180 divided by 15. We write 13 over 15 multiply 180. 15 times 1 is 15. 3 will be carried. And therefore 30. 15 times 2 is 30. 12 times 13 is 156 degree is the interior angle of 15-sided polygon. Part second, the diagram shows the part of 15-sided polygon. Find the value of x. You see here the each interior angle of this 15-sided polygon is 156, and the total angle here is 156. Polygon is regular polygon, therefore the sides of the polygons will be equal. Therefore, you see here this is the isosceles triangle, we name it as ABC. This is the isosceles triangle and BC is the base. The angle on base will always equal in isosceles triangle. Suppose we name it as angle A and this angle B. Therefore, angle A plus angle B plus 156 equal to 180. We use the property sum of interior angle of triangle. A plus B, both angles are equal, therefore we write A equal to B, and therefore we write here is A plus 156 equal to 180. Therefore 2A equal to 180 minus 156. Therefore 2A will be equal to 24, A will be equal to 12. Each angle will be 12. This is 12. Now we can find the angle of X. You see here the angle of ACD, we name it as D, ACD will be equal to A plus X degree. Here is this total angle ACD is 156, A is 12 degree, therefore X degree will be equal to 156 minus 12. This will be equal to 144. Part B, A, B, C, D are the points on circle. AB is diameter of circle. BAC 24 degree. Find angle ADC. Give a reason for each step. You see here the triangle ABC. AB is the diameter. Therefore, the angle by the semicircle will be 90 degree. The angle made by the diameter on the circle will be 90. Therefore, the angle ACB equal to 90 degree, the angle in semicircle. This is the APC is the semicircle you see here. Therefore, the angle in semicircle. Next is the angle ABC. This angle is the interior angle of a triangle. You know the sum of interior angle of triangle equal to 180. Now ABC plus 24 plus 90 equal to 180. We write here is sum of interior angle of triangle. Here ABC will be equal to 180 minus 114, and this will be equal to 66 degree. To find angle ADC, you see here ABCD is a quadrilateral, cyclic quadrilateral. In the cyclic quadrilateral, sum of diagonally opposite angle equal to 180. We write here is ADC plus 66 degree equal to 180. We write here is the opposite angles in cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Therefore, ADC will be equal to 180 minus 66, and this will be equal to 114 degree. This is the working of this angle ADC. Question number 3, part A. Leila asked a group of people what type of exercise they prefer. The results are shown in the pie chart. 90 people prefer running. Calculate total number of people, Leila asked. You see here the total number of people running here is 90 and the angle is 135. We write here is angle and the number of people. Now the angle is, when the angle is 135 degree, the number of people are 90. You see here the all people lie in this pie chart, and the total angle will be 360 degree, and the total people we suppose that is X. Now we take the ratio X over 90 equal to 360 over 135. X equal to 360 Our 135 multiply by 90, and 15 times 9 is 135, 15 times 6 is 90, and 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 4 is 36. Therefore, 240 people is the answer. Next is the part second. Find the fraction of group who prefer yoga. Write your answer in simplest form. You see here the total angle of yoga. The angle given here is 60 degree, 90 degree, and 135 degree. The angle of the yoga, we suppose that that is x degree. The sum of all angles will be equal to 360. Therefore, x will be equal to 360 minus 60 minus 90 minus 135, and this will be minus 285, and this will be equal to 75 degree. We have to find the fraction of group who prefer yoga. 75 degree is the angle for yoga out of 360. We write 75 over 360, and we simplify it to 15 times 5 is 75, 15 times 2 is 30. Therefore, 15 times 4 is 60. Now 5 over 25, 4 will be the fraction of group who prefer yoga. Question number 3, part B. Laila records the number of steps she walks each day for 60 days. The table shows the result. Part first, complete the histogram to represent the data. Now you see here, this is the histogram chart. Therefore, we have to find firstly frequency density. Frequency density is equal to frequency divided by class width. Now, we mention the class width of each interval. In the first interval, the class width will be 8 minus 5 is 3. And next is 10 minus 8, 2. And 12 minus 8, 2. 15 minus 12 is 3. And 20 minus 15 is 5. Therefore, frequency density is equal to frequency divided by class width. 9 divided by 3 is 3, 10, 16 divided by 2 is 8, 14 divided by 2 is 7, 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 6 divided by 5 is 1.2. Now we draw the bar here. First bar is already drawn. 5 to 8 is 3. Next is 8 to 10 is 8. Now therefore we draw a vertical line from 10, and this is 8, and therefore this second bar will be, this will be the second bar. Next bar is in this bar, the interval is 10 to 12, and the frequency density is 7. 10 to 12, we mark here 10 to 12, we draw this vertical line, and then the width is 7. On this point is 7. Next is the next bar here is 12 to 15 is 5. 12 to 15, this bar 12 to 5, this point. And this is the fourth bar. And the next is 15 to 20 is 1.2. You see here, this is 1, and this position will be 1.2. Therefore, we draw the horizontal line. This is 1.2, and this is the last bar of the histogram. And next is the part second. Part second, Leila has a target of 11,000 steps every day. Find estimate percentage for the 60 days that Leila met her target. Now the percentage, required percentage will be equal to the number of days she walks 11,000 or more steps divided by total number of days, total days. multiply by 100. You see here, firstly, we will find the number of days he worked 11,000 or more steps. This is the position of 11,000. Therefore, we draw the line here and this line, and we get a bar. And firstly, we take the area of this bar, we get the frequency of this bar. Now the area will be equal to, you see here, 12 minus 11 is 1. And the total height here is 7. 1 multiplied 7 is 7. Therefore, number of days she walks 11,000 or more steps. 11 to 12,000, the number of days here is 7. And next is the number of days she walks 12 to 15,000 step. The number of days here is 15. And next plus 15. And next, the number of days she walks 15 to 20,000 steps. The number of days here is 1 point, and the number of days here is 6. Therefore, and the total days here is 60, multiply 100. Now we can write it as 6 plus 7 plus 15, 22 plus 6, 28 over 6 multiplied by 10. And this will be equal to 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 5 is 10. Then therefore that's equal to 140 over 3, and this will be equal to 46.66%, and this therefore 46.67 is the answer. Question number 4, part A, solve 5x plus 6 equal to 3x. Now we can write 5x minus 3x equal to 6. We shift the 3x from right to left side. Therefore, it becomes 2x equal to 6 and x equal to 6 over 2, and this will be equal to 3. This is the answer. Part B, the mass of plum is n gram and mass of apple is twice the mass of plum. Now we write here is the mass of plum equal to n and the mass of apple equal to twice the mass of plum, we write 2n, and the mass of banana equal to 50 gram more than the mass of apple. The mass of apple is 2n, we write here is 2n plus 50. And next, the total mass, apple, plum, banana is 450 gram. Therefore, we write his total mass is n plus 2n plus 2n plus 50 equal to 450 gram. And we can write is 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 2, 5n equal to 450 minus 50. And this will be equal to 5n equal to 400. And n will be equal to 400 divided by 5. And this will be equal to 80. And 80 gram is the answer. Part C, solved by factorization x square minus 4x minus 21 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation, and we can factorize this by using midterm breaking method. Now we take the factor of 21. 7 times 3 is 21, and we use this factor to for midterm breaking. You see here x squared minus 7x plus 3x minus 21, we can write it as, because when we subtract it, we get minus 4. When we multiply, we get 21. Next is we take x as a common. Now this becomes x minus 7, and plus 3 we take a common. It becomes x minus 7 equal to 0. And the x minus 7 into x plus 3 equal to 0. We can write x minus 7 equal to 0 or x minus 3 equal to 0. And therefore x equal to 7, and here is x equal to minus 3, and the answer is 7 minus 3. Question number 5, part A, bag contains 40 balls. 28 of the balls are red and the rest are green. Aisha takes a ball from the bag at random, notes that its color and replace it. Find the probability that this ball is green. Now the probability of ball is green, the total number of green ball divided by number of green ball divided by total number of balls. Total balls. Now you see here the number of balls of green here are 40 minus 28, and this will be equal to 12. We write here is 12 out of 40, and we simplify divided by 4. 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 10 is 40. Therefore, 3 over 10 is the answer. Part second, Aisha repeat this 200 times, work out the number of times she expect to take a green ball. Now this expected frequency will be equal to n multiplied by the probability of green ball. Now here is the n is the 200 time. The total the probability of green ball is 3 over 10. Therefore, we write here is 200 multiply 3 over 10. That will be equal to 60. And this is the answer. Part B, a bag contains 9 blue balls and 7 yellow balls. Sergio takes 2 balls from the bag at random without replacement. Complete the tree diagram. You see here are blue balls and yellow balls. In the first pick, the total number of blue balls here are 9 and yellow is 7. The total is 16. Therefore, the probability of blue is 9 over 16, yellow will be 7 over 16. Next is if the blue ball pick, therefore the blue ball will be 8 and yellow will be 7, the total will be 15. The probability of blue will be 8 over 15 and yellow will be 7 over 15. If we select the ball, yellow ball, then that yellow ball becomes 6 and blue will be 9. The total will be 15. And the probability of blue will be 9 over 15. And the probability of yellow will be 6 out of 15. Now the part second, find the probability that 2 balls are the same color. The probability of same color will be equal to probability of both blue balls or probability of both yellow balls. Now the probability when the both are blue ball, you see here the probability of blue will be equal to 9 over 16 multiplied by 8 over 15. And next is the yellow, that's equal to probability of yellow, that will be equal to 7 over 16 multiplied by 6 over 15. Now we write here is 9 over 16 multiply 8 over 15 plus 7 over 16 multiplied by 6 over 15. Now 8 times 2 is 16 and 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 5 is 15. Therefore, we can write it as 3 over 10 plus next is 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 8 is 16, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 5 is 15. We can write plus 7 over 40. Now we make denominator same. If we multiply the first fraction by 4, we get 12 over 40 plus 7 over 40, and this will be equal to 19 over 40, and this is the answer. Question number 6, first part of A, complete the table for y equal to 4 power x over 10. Now you see here the value of x is 0 we have to find the value of y. Now if we take value of x is 0, we write 4 power 0 over 10, and this will be equal to 1 over 10, and this value is equal to 0.1, and this is the value 0.1. Part second, draw the graph for y equal to 4 power x over 10 for x equal to 0 to 3. Now firstly we mark the point 0 to 0.1. First point will be 0 to 0.1, and this is the position of 0.1. And next is here is the value 0.5 to 0.2. Now you see here this is 0.5 to 0.2, and this will be the 0.2. And next position you see here is the 1 to 0.4. This is 0.4. Next value is 1.5 to 0.8, and you see here this is 1.5, and this position will be 0.8. This is the 0.8. Next is 2.5 to 3.2. This is 2.5, and this will be 3, and this 3.1, and this position will be 3.2. Next is 3 to 6.4. This is 3, and 6.4. This position will be 6.4, 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, and this is 6.4. Now we join all these point. Now you see here we join it. And this is the graph of y equal to 4 power x over 10. Part third, use your graph to solve the equation 4 power x over 10 equal to 5. See here, this is 4 power x over 10 is y, therefore y equal to 5. And we draw the line y equal to 5 here. And this is the line y equal to 5, y equal to 5. This is the line y equal to 5. You see here, this is the position at which the both line intersects. And this will be the solution of this equation. Now we see the value of x here. You see here the value of x will be equal to 2.7. This is 2.7. Now the answer here will be equal to x equal to 2.7. Part 4, by drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of y equal to 4 power x over 10 when x equal to 2. We will draw the tangent line at x equal to 2. You see here, this is the position at x equal to 2. We will draw the line, tangent line. And you see here, this is the tangent line at x equal to 2. And this is the tangent line. We see that the gradient of this tangent line, this is x equal to 2. And the y value here is 1.5. This is 1.5. And at this position, x is 1, 2, 3, 4, x equal to 1.4. Now you see here, the height is 1.5. The gradient will be delta y over delta x. Now this height is 1.5 divided by 2 minus 0.5, 1.4, 2 minus 0.1.4, and this will be equal to 1.5 over 0.6. Now this value will be equal to 2.5. Now this is the answer we write here is 2.5. Question number 6, part B. This is a sketch of graph of y equal to x square plus ax plus b. Find the value of a and b. Firstly, we write the equation of the graph. Here is x square plus ax plus b. And this graph is passing through this point, and this coordinate of this point is 2, 0. And the second point coordinate is 5, 0. We substitute this value in this equation. Firstly, we put the value when point is x is 2 and y is 0. Therefore, this value becomes 0 equal to 2 square plus a into 2 plus b, and we can write it here is 2a plus b plus 4 equal to 0, and this equal to 2a plus b equal to minus 4. Next point here is 5, 0. We substitute in this equation y equal to x square plus ax plus b, and the point 5, 0. When we substitute in this equation, y is 0, x is 5 square plus 5, and we substitute here 5 square plus a into 5 plus b, and this value becomes 5a plus b plus 25, and we can write it as 5a plus b equal to 25 minus 25, and here are two equations, and we simultaneously solve these two equations. You see here the first equation here is 2a 5a plus b equal to minus 25. Therefore, we can write it as b will be equal to minus 5a minus 25. We substitute this value of b in this equation. Now 2a plus, we write the value of b is minus 5a minus 25 equal to minus 4, and we can write 2a minus 5a minus 25 equal to 25 minus 4. We shift the value 25 from left to right side. Therefore, this value becomes 21, and minus 3a equal to 21. A will be equal to 21 over minus 3, that's equal to minus 7. Now we put the value of a in this equation, the b equal to minus 5 times minus 7 minus 25. Therefore, we write here is 35 minus 25 equal to 10. Now the value of a and b here is a is minus 7 and b is 10. Therefore, we write here is minus 7 and 10. This is the answer. Question number 7, part A. Point A, B are shown on centimeter square grid. ABC is a triangle. Here are 5 coordinates for point C. Take the 2 coordinates from the list that make ABC an isosceles triangle. You know, isosceles triangle is a triangle in which two sides are of the triangle equal. Firstly, we mark the point, these points. Now, firstly, we mark minus 2, 4. This is the point minus 2, 4. And after marking this point, we will draw the triangle with the lead pencil. After drawing this triangle, we check this triangle is isosceles or not. You see here from this triangle, the length of BC and the length of AC and length of AB are different. Therefore, this point will not be the point C for isosceles triangle. Next, we will raise this triangle lines, and we check the next point. You see here the next point is minus 2 minus 1. This is the position of minus 2 minus 1. We will draw again this the triangle, and this triangle now from this triangle you can observe here the length AB and BC lengths are is same. Therefore, this is the point C for isosceles triangle. Next, we will check the point minus 1 minus 2, and next we will check minus 1 minus 2, and you see here this is the position, and you can observe from joining these line, you see here the all lengths are different. Therefore, this is not the point C. Next, we will check 6, 1. Now the point 6, 1, we mark here this point here is this is the position of 6, 1, and we raise these line and we join this C to B, And you can see this triangle is also is an isosceles triangle because you can observe BC and AB lengths are equal. We take this point, and we have to take two coordinates. Therefore, these two coordinates -2, -1, and 6, 1. This is the answer. Next, the part second, find the length, find the vector AB. The vector AB is equal to OB minus OA. Now, OB vector here is column vector is 1, 4, and the OA column vector you see here. This is the position. X coordinate is -4 and Y is 1. We write -4, 1, and therefore this value will be equal to 1 plus 4 and 4 minus 1, and this will be equal to 5, 3, and this is the column vector of AB. Next is the part third. A is the midpoint of DB. Now we suppose this is the line DB, and this point midpoint is A. Therefore, this DB length in terms of AB we write is 2 times of AB vector magnitude. The AB vector magnitude we can find by using the formula x square plus y square. Here is the x square is x is 5 square plus 3 square, and taking the square root of this, and we the value will be equal to 25 plus 9 is 34. 34 square root is 5.83 multiplied by 2. This value will be equal to 11.66. And we write here is 11.7 is the answer. Part B, the equation of line P is y equal to 4x minus 3. Line L is perpendicular to line P. Line L passes through 0.64. Find the coordinates of the point where line L crosses the x-axis. To find the coordinates of this point, firstly we will find the equation of line L. Suppose this is the line P, and this equation is y equal to 4x minus 3, and the gradient of this line here is 4, and we have to find the equation of line L, which is perpendicular to line P. Suppose this is the line L, and now the gradient of line L, it is perpendicular to line P, therefore the gradient of line L will be -1 over of gradient of P. Now the gradient of line P here is 4. We write therefore the gradient of line L will be -1 over 4. The equation of this line will be equal to y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1. And the gradient here is -1 over 4. And the point of this line is passes through 0.64. Therefore, we substitute the value here. X1 is 6 and y1 is 4. We shift the 4 from right to left side. Therefore, -4 multiplied by 4. And we open the bracket, minus x plus 6. It becomes minus x plus 6. Therefore, -16 equal to minus x plus 6. And we can write it as x equal to 6 plus 16. This will be equal to 22. Now the coordinate of x is 22 and the coordinate of y is 0 because it line crosses the x-axis, and this is the answer. Question number 8. The diagram shows a small rectangle inside a large rectangle. The height of the large rectangle is x centimeter. The length of large rectangle is 4 times its width. Width of shaded border is 3 centimeter. Area of small rectangle is 80 centimeter square. Form an equation in x and show that it simplifies to 2x square minus 15x minus 22 equal to 0. Firstly, we write down the height of large rectangle. The height of large rectangle here is x centimeter, and the height of small length of large rectangle is 4 times to its height. You look here, 4 times to its height, therefore 4x. And next is the height of small rectangle. This is the small rectangle height, and this height will be equal to x minus 3 minus 3, because we will subtract this border from top to bottom. Therefore, this height will be equal to x minus 6, and the same in the length, we will subtract the border width 3 on both sides. Therefore, the length of large rectangle is 4x. Therefore, the length of small rectangle 4x minus 3, we write here is 4x minus 6. And next is the area of small rectangle. Here is area of small rectangle, that will be equal to length multiplied by height, and the length is 4x minus 6 multiply x minus 6, and the length of area of small rectangle given here is 80 centimeter. Therefore, 80 will be equal to, we simplify this right expression, 4 times x, 4x into x is 4x square, 4x into 6 minus 24x, minus 6 into x is minus 6x, and next is minus plus 36. We write here is 4x square minus 30x plus 36 minus 80 equal to 0. We can write it as 4x square minus 30x minus 44 equal to 0. We divide this equation by 4, divided by 4, and this equation will become x square minus, we divided by 2, sorry. This equation we get 2x square, and 2 times 15 is 30, 15x, 2 times 22 is 44, and we write this equation becomes 0. This equation becomes 2x square minus 15x minus 22, and we write here is divided by 2, and this equation after division divided by 2, this equation becomes 2x square minus 15x minus 22 equal to 0. And the next part, found this equation. Part B, solve the equation. Show you are working, give your answer correct to 2 decimal place. Part B, solve the equation 2x square minus 15x minus 22 equal to 0. Show you are working, give your answer correct to 2 decimal place. We can solve this equation by using the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula, you know, x equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac square root over 2 time of a. You see here the a is the coefficient of x square is a, the coefficient of x is b, which is minus 15. The constant is c, which is minus 22. Now we substitute the value. B here is minus 15. We write minus 15 plus minus, and b square is minus 15 square plus minus 4 times a is here is 2, and c is minus 22, and our 2a, 2 here is 2 as written as it is, a is 2, and we take the square root of this, and this value will be equal to 15 plus minus 225. 15 square is 225, minus plus, and 4 multiply 2 multiply minus 22, this will be equal to 176, and we can write it as 15 plus minus square root of 401 divided by 4, And here will be two values of x. One is 15 plus square root of 401 divided by 4. And next is x equal to 15 minus square root of 401 divided by 4. This value will be equal to 8.76. And next value we can find 15 minus 401 square root. That's this value is minus 5.02 divided by 4, and this value equal to minus 1.26, and 8.76 and minus 1.26. This is the answer. Part C, calculate the shaded area. The area of shaded region will be equal to area of large rectangle minus area of small rectangle. Area of large rectangle here is length multiplied by height, 4x multiplied by x, minus area of shaded small rectangle is 80 centimeter, is given in the part A. The value of x is 8.76, and this value is 8.76. We write here is 4 into 8.76 multiply 8.76 minus 80. We calculate this value, 4 multiply 8.76 square minus 80. This value equal to 226.9, and this is 3SF value will be 227, and this is the answer. Question number 9, part A. ABCD is a rectangular field. C is due south of A. AB 450 meter, BC 210 meter. Part first, Martha walks at an average speed of 5.2 km per hour. Calculate the time Martha takes to walk once round the perimeter of the field. Give your answer correct to nearest minute. We have to find the time. The time is equal to distance divided by speed, and distance here is total perimeter of this rectangular field. This will be equal to 2 times of length plus breadth. Our speed here is 5.2 kilometer per hour, and 2 into length here is 450, breadth is 210 divided by 5.2, and this value will be equal to 2 multiply 660 over 5.2. Now this distance is 1320 in meter, and this is speed in kilometer per hour, and this will be equal to 1.32 kilometer. We convert meter into kilometer divided by 5.2. 1.32 divided by 5.2, and this will be equal to 0.25 hours is the time, and we convert into minute. 0.25 multiplied by 60, and this will be equal to 15 minutes is the time, and nearest minute, this is 15 minutes is the answer. Part second, show that bearing of D from A is 245 degree. This is the bearing of D from A. This is the angle from the north at A towards D in clockwise direction. You see here, this point C is the south of A, Therefore, this angle will be equal to 180. This total angle here is 180. And if we find the remaining angle, this suppose this angle is x degree. Therefore, the bearing of T from A will be x degree plus 180. This will be the bearing of T from A. Firstly, we find this angle x. You see here, this is the right angle triangle. This length is 450 meter and this length is 210. And this is the right angle triangle. AC is the hypotenuse and this is the opposite side of the angle and this is adjacent side. We take the ratio opposite our adjacent equal to 10 x degree. Therefore, x degree equal to 10 inverse. The opposite side is 450 over 210. The angle will be equal to 65 degree. Therefore, the bearing of D from A will be 65 plus 180. This will be equal to 245 and hence it is to be proved the bearing of D from A is 245. Part B, PQR is a triangle and S is a point on PR. PS 10.3 centimeter, QR 12.6, QPS 42 degree, QRS 35 degree. Calculate QS. This length QS, we can find this length. Firstly, if we find the length SR, when we calculate SR, we can easily find this length QS. You see here this triangle in triangle PRQ, this angle PQR is equal to 180 minus 35 minus 42 because the sum of interior angle of a triangle is 180. Therefore, this angle will be equal to 180 minus 77 and this is 103 degree angle. When we calculate this angle 103, we can find the total angle PR. After calculating length PR, we subtract PS from PR, we can find SR length. You see here the length of PR we can find by using sine rule. The PR length, our sine of 103 equal to the length 12.6 QR length and the opposite angle here is 42. Therefore, we write sine 42 and this PR length will be equal to 12.6 multiply sine 103 divided by sine 42 and this value will be equal to 18.34 and we calculate the length SR. This will be equal to PR minus PS and this is 18.34 minus 10.3 and this will be equal to 18.04047. This is the length of SR and this length is we write here is 18.05 is length of SR. We can calculate this length SQ by using triangle SRQ. In the triangle SRQ, here are two sides and one angle between them is given. The opposite side of this triangle we can find. Therefore, by using the cosine rule, we can find SQ length. The SQ square will be equal to 8.05 square plus 12.6 square, sum of square of other two sides. One is SR, other is RQ, and the product minus 2 times of the product of 8 these two sides 8.05 and 12.6 into cos of angle between them. Now we calculate this value. This value will be equal to 57.38 s cube square. We take the square root and this will be equal to 7.575 and this we can write it as 7.58 and this is the answer. Question number 10, part A. A solid is formed from large cone with a small cone removed from the center. Small cone is mathematically similar to large cone. The vertex of large cone is vertically below the vertex of small cone. Height of large cone is 21 centimeter. Diameter of the top is 18 centimeter and the height of the small cone is 14 centimeter. Show that the volume of solid is 399 pi cubic centimeter. Uh, you see here, this is the small cone, and this small cone having the height small h, and the large cone, the height of large cone is capital H. Here is the height of small cone is 14 centimeter. And if we represent the radius of small cone is small r and the radius of large cone is capital R, you see here the radius of large cone will be equal to 18 divided by 2 because the diameter of this large cone is 18. Therefore, when we divide by 2, we get radius. Therefore, it's 9 centimeter. You see here the both cones are similar. Therefore, the corresponding ratio between large and small cone will be equal. The radius of small cone is small r and the radius of large cone is capital R. This ratio will be equal to height of small cone over height of the large cone. The radius of large cone is here is 9 centimeter. Height of small cone is 14. Height of large cone is 21. Therefore, we can write it as 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21. And then R will be equal to 2 over 3 multiplied by n. We shift 9 from left to right side. Therefore, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9. The radius of small cone is 6 centimeter. We have to find the volume of the solid. And the volume of solid will be equal to volume of large cone minus volume of the small cone. Volume of solid will be equal to volume of large cone minus volume of small cone. Because the small cone is removed from this large cone, therefore this volume of solid will be equal to large volume of large minus volume of small. The minus 1 over 3 pi into r square h. Now we can write it as 1 over 3 pi into r square h minus r square h. Now here is the value of r is 9. Radius of large cone is 9. 9 square, we can write 9 square into height of the large cone is 21 minus radius of small cone is 6. Therefore, 6 square and the height is 14. And 1 over 3 pi equal into 9 square. Now 9 square multiply 21 minus 6 square multiply 14 and this will be equal to 1197. Now we divide by 3. This will be equal to 399 pi is the volume of the solid, and we have to prove the answer of volume of solid is 399 pi cubic centimeter. This is the answer. Part second, calculate the total surface area of the solid. This is the solid, and this solid has three surfaces. One is inside the small cone, and the other is the outer surface area of large cone, and third is the base of the cone. Therefore, we write here is the total surface area of the cone will be equal to curved surface area of large cone plus curved surface area of small cone plus area of solid base, and the formula of the large area of curved surface area of large cone is pi r L. Here is the radius of large cone is capital R, and the L is the slant length of the large cone. This is the small slant length of the large cone. Plus curved surface area of small cone, this will be equal to pi small r small l, and small l is the length of the slant length of the small cone, and r is the radius of the small cone, plus area of this solid base. We write here is the this area will be equal to pi capital R square minus pi small r square. This is the uh, radius capital R of large cone, and this is value is 9, and the small cone area radius is 6, and we can find this area of solid. We calculate firstly length of slant length of large and small cone. You see here this is the length of slant length of the small cone, and this is the height of the small cone, and the height of small cone is given in the question is 14, and you see here this is the right angle triangle, and the slant length of the small cone will be equal to 14 square plus 6 square, because this is the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. We write here is 196 plus 36, and this will be equal to L square will be equal to 232, and we can write it as 232 square root. Now next is the capital L length of slant length of large cone. The slant length of large cone, you see here, this is the slant length, and this slant length, and this is the height of the large cone. And you see here, this is a right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, the height of this large cone is 21, and the radius of this large cone is 9. Therefore, we can write it as this large slant length L square will be equal to 9 square plus 21 square, because this is the right angle triangle. We use the Pythagoras theorem here, and this capital L length will be equal to 89 square is 81 plus 21 square plus 441, and this will be equal to 81 plus 441 is equal to 529, and we take the square root to find the value of capital L. Now we put the value here. Before substituting the value, we take the common capital pi in this. We take the common pi here. Therefore, capital R plus L plus small r L plus r square minus small r square Now we can write it as, now we put the value here. The pi is written as it is. Radius of large cone here is 9. The slant length of large cone is 522 plus radius of small cone is 6. Slant length is here is 232 and radius of large cone is 9 square minus radius of small cone is 6 square. Now we calculate the value here. 9 multiply 522 square root plus 6 multiply 232 square root plus 9 square minus 6 square is 36 multiply 3.142 and this value equal to 1074.6. We write this 1075 cubic centimeter is the answer. Part B, the height of cylinder is 13 centimeter, correct to nearest centimeter. The radius of the base of the cylinder is 4.5 centimeter, correct to 0.1 centimeter. Calculate upper bound of the volume of the cylinder. The volume of cylinder is equal to pi r square h. Now here is the volume of upper bound value. Therefore, volume of upper bound will be equal to pi r is the upper bound value and height we take the also upper bound value. Now here is the radius. Height of the cylinder is 13 centimeter. The accuracy here is given is 1 cm. Therefore, error will be equal to, divide this accuracy by 2. This is equal to 0.5 centimeter. And in this case, in the radius, the accuracy is 0.1 centimeter. The error will be equal to 0.1 divided by 2. This will be equal to 0.05. The height of upper bound value will be equal to 13 plus error. Error is 0.5. This will be equal to 13.5 centimeter. And the radius is upper bound radius will be equal to, radius here is 4.5 centimeter plus error. Error is given here is 0.05. Therefore, 4.55 centimeter is the upper bound value. Now we substitute the value here. This is 3.142. Value of pi is 3.142. Radius is here is 4.55 and square multiply 13. Height is 13.5. Now we calculated this value will be equal to 878.1 cubic centimeter, and this is the answer. Question number 11, f of x equal to 4x plus 1, g of x equal to 2x minus 3, find f of minus 3. You see here the f of x equal to 4x plus 1. Now f of minus 3, we replace x by minus 3. Therefore, this right side become 4 into minus 3 plus 1. And this will be equal to minus 12 plus 1. And this is minus 11. And this is the answer. Find g inverse of x. Here g of x is 2 equal to 2x minus 3. We can write it as, if g of x equal to y, let g of x equal to y, therefore x will be equal to g inverse of y. Therefore, to find the inverse value, firstly we make the x as a subject. Therefore, we can write it as y equal to 2x minus 3. And if we shift 3 from right to left side, it becomes y minus 3 equal to 2x. And therefore, x will be equal to y minus 3 over 2. The y minus 3 over 2, we can write it as y minus 3 over 2. This x will be equal to g inverse of y. If we replace y with x, we get x minus 3 over 2 equal to g inverse of x. And therefore, g inverse of x is x minus 3 over 2 is the answer. Part C, 2 over f of x plus 1 over g of x. We can write it as 2 over f of x value here is 4x plus 1. And plus is written as it is, 1 is written as it is, g of x value is 2x minus 3. Now to simplify these two fractions, we take the LCM. The LCM of both denominator is 4x plus 1 into 2x minus 3. Now 2x minus 3 is multiplied by 2. We write here is 2 into 2x minus 3 plus 1 into 4 multiply 4x plus 1. Now we write this value 4x minus 6 plus 4x plus 1 over 4x plus 1 into 2x minus 3, and we can write it as 8x minus 5 over 4x plus 1 into 2x minus 3, and this is the answer.